Teresa's Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you each into the kitchen with me this afternoon, where we're going to finally get around to making a pine needle tincture. Yes, pine needle tincture. I am finally surrounded by pine trees, so I can finally make this tincture that I've been wanting to for a while. Pine needles you can use either in tea or tincture or make oil with. And today we're making a very important tincture. Pine needles are extremely high in vitamin C. They have 5 times more vitamin C than lemons, but they are just under rose hips, who has the most vitamin C content. They also high in iron, magnesium, vitamins A, B, of course C and D, and they're also antifungal, anti-microbial, anti-inflammatory, and so many more wonderful medicinal benefits. Now, I will go into more description in the description box below this video, so don't forget to read it. So let's get busy making our pine needle tincture. Okay, first off, make sure everything is clean and sanitized. Your knife, your cutting board, your jar, your lid, and your funnel. Now, this time, pine needles do not have much liquid in them at all, so you can get away with 80 proof vodka. I wouldn't go any lower. 80 proof is the lowest. 100 is really good too. Now, of course, these have been washed very well in water. Do not use soap, because you're defeating the purpose if you use soap. And you need to pick all the brown dead needles out and the brown tips. You want to make sure that they are cut off as well, or picked off. I think I'll do better using a pair of scissors. Yep, better to use scissors. Oh, and they smell so good, y'all. Smells like a burst of citrus. Now you could also use these instead of, if you don't want to make a tincture, you can make tea with them. You can make sure they're good and dry after washing them. Then you can bag them up in freezer bags and freeze them, or you can dehydrate it. Pine is a very important medicinal. I said anti-inflammatory, wonderful for arthritis and inflammation, antimicrobial, so it's good for your lungs, especially if you have colds. It is an expectorant. It can help you release mucus. And personally, I like to cut them up into smaller pieces so the alcohol doesn't have to work so hard. My scissors are not dull. I am just cutting them slowly because they will fly everywhere if you try to cut them too fast. The citrus scent is so amazing, y'all. Of course, these are fresh. They are not dried. When making a tincture, I prefer to use fresh material because it still has the life force inside of it. And if anybody asks, this is Jeffrey pine. It is in the white pine family. It has 3 needles. White pine family. Most of the white pine, this one is an exception, has 5 needles. You should know the pine that you're using. I'm going to continue to cut this up, and I'll bring y'all right back. Figure since I'm almost done, I might as well do some more talking. Extremely good for arthritis, inflammation, anything to do with lung ailments. Also good medicine for brain function. It helps your brain to function more. Extremely medicinal plant, one that everyone should be using. Now, I don't pack my jars, but I want it at least a half a jar, at least halfway full. You don't want to overcrowd it, because if you put too much in, you'll your alcohol won't be able to get all of the medicinal benefits out of it. And you'll be wasting a lot of your pine needles. The citrus scent is amazing. Like I said, you can also use it to make tea with. So many wonderful medicinal benefits. Also, like I said, antifungal. You could use this, either the tincture or the tea, for athlete's feet or foot, athlete's foot. You can also use it for ringworm, any fungal of infections. It's also microbial. Some studies are starting to find out that it's antibacterial as well. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to say this is not going to be wasted. I'm going to dehydrate this to show y'all how to make incense as well. Yes, you can also get the medicinal benefits from incense. So I'm going to set this aside. Like I said, you do not want to pack your jar. You want at least a half a jar. Half a jar is full. Of course, I'm using half a gallons because, well, I sell my tinctures. And first thing first, I'm getting rid of this top. And all you're going to do is pour your alcohol in. Oh, the smell. And don't worry, I have another bottle waiting because I figured I was going to need it. And I top mine off to the very tip of the rim. You do not want any oxygen in there. And no, the alcohol does not affect the metal lid, because the metal lid should be coated. A lot of them are. Sometimes they're not. See, it's coated, so it should not hurt your metal lid whatsoever. Now you want to gently agitate. Don't shake it like people are showing people. You agitate it gently. You don't shake the daylights out of it. It hasn't gone down enough, so I'm not going to add any more alcohol to it yet. Now you want to date it. I use Sharpie marker because where I'm at, it gets cold at times and your jar will sweat. I have no good luck at all using labels because once these jars get a little cool, they're going to sweat and it will eat your label up. And we're going to put pine, needle, tincture, and it started 12/27/24. Now, 8 weeks this needs to set. Not any less. Any more won't hurt a bit. But 8 weeks. And I do not give dosage information at this moment because you know what? It's useless to have dosage information because you're not going to be able to take it. You cannot take this. It's not ready. It won't be ready until 8 weeks. After 8 weeks, you can take it. And that's when I'll bring you back. I will strain it and give you dosage information. But every couple days, you want to gently agitate it. You don't see me shaking it and going wild with it like a lot of people are showing you to do, because that's ridiculous. Gently agitate it. Now your alcohol is going to start getting really green. Do not worry. That's what you want to see. You want to see that alcohol doing its job, pulling out all the medicinal benefits for you out of those pine needles into that alcohol. Now, as the 8 weeks, as it works towards 8 weeks, keep an eye on the level of your alcohol. Your pine needles might soak in some of the alcohol. Make sure you keep it topped off. Simple, easy. Look at that. How beautiful that is. And that's going to be one amazing jar of medicine that you can heal thyself with. Now, if you don't want to take it for the medicinal benefits, you'll never get scurvy. You will always have a huge amount of vitamin C. You can take this as your vitamin C. You can take it as a medicinal. You can take it as both. Simple, easy, homemade. You can do this. Just make sure your lid's on good. These will eventually float down, so do not worry. That's why I tell you fill your alcohol up to the rim so mold or anything cannot happen, because there's no air for anything to go bad in. But look at that. That's beautiful. That is truly beautiful. And yes, I leave the ends on the needles where it's attached to the branch, because yes, there's medicinal benefits in that too. And like I said, don't forget to read the description box below the video. There will be way more information in it, so you can decide if this is right for you. You are an adult and you can make your own decisions. I'm just a herbalist doing what I can for me and Junior, and we're going to stay well. That's how it's supposed to be. And everyone, I hope you get encouraged to do this as well. Also, pay attention to when you're cleaning your needles off the branches. Make sure there's no white powdery mildew on it or any looks like disease. Because yes, trees get diseases too. Avoid those. Look for good, vibrant green needles. And a lot of people don't know that if you pay attention to how many needles are in each little bundle, you know exactly what kind of pine tree you are dealing with. Some of them have a little more different medicinal benefits than others, but they are all medicinal. Simple, easy, homemade. You can make your own medicine that will heal you. Everyone, take care. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Please continue to stock up your pantries with foods that will nourish and sustain you, medicinals that will heal you, protection of all kinds, and above all else, the bare essentials to survive on. Everyone, stay safe and sound. We've got a round of storms coming through this evening. Everyone, be safe. Take care, and may you each be blessed. Hoot, hoot. Love y'all. See you soon.